Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the weekly Waypoint. This week is a couple of things. It's the 150th episode and I have planned nothing. I'm sorry. We'll do something on week 156 because that'll be the 3-year anniversary of me doing this every week without fail for 3 years. But no, this is just another episode. But it's also an episode in which I have some exciting and a kind of emotional news, I guess. I've got my COVID vaccination next week. I was about to record some Halo for this video, and then I got the phone call from my doctors, and they were like, well, I won't go into detail, but yeah, basically I'm getting my COVID vaccination next week, and it's like, wow, it's happening. It's actually fucking happening. I don't think I've talked too much about the pandemic during this series of videos. I don't know if I even was talking much about it when it all began to kick off. I'm probably going to go back and look soon because I am curious, but I have talked about it on my blog where every month I do a monthly update, and it's just kind of a very real blog where I talk about my life and what I've been up to, and over the last year how the pandemic has affected me personally, I guess, because we all have our different spins on it, our different stories to tell. And me personally, I work at a supermarket, so I have still had to go out and kind of 6 days a week be among people, so that's been slightly terrifying, but it looks like that's finally coming to an end, the terrifying aspect of it. I know that obviously some of the, I don't know which one I'm getting, but some of the vaccinations aren't fully effective until the second jab, like a month or two later or something, and then there's also the whole thing where you're not immediately safe after you've been vaccinated. It takes a couple of weeks to fully work, and then there's also the thing where it's only ever going to be like 90% at best, but 90% is kind of incredible from what I've heard, but you're still not going to be 100% safe, like there's a chance you could still get it and all of this kind of a thing. But the main horror, because that's what this has been, is almost over. Thank fucking God. So yeah, I was going to record some Halo because I feel like Halo. I was going to record some multiplayer matches, and just I've got a day off today, just a random day off at the start of my week, which is nice. So I was going to take a little bit more time than usual to record a few matches and pick out my best ones. But after receiving the news, I thought I think I need something a little bit more low energy. It's weird because I haven't heard of anyone else my age getting this call yet. I'm 25. I've heard of, my parents and stuff. In fact, this was around the same time that my parents got this call. So maybe it's just because we're all part of the same doctors or something, and I just got lucky and they had spares or something. But yeah, man, like, whew, I hope everyone gets it soon, seriously. Should we talk about happier things? I mean, that was a very happy thing, but it was, born out of a very sad time. So should we talk about happier things? Should we talk about video games? The last few weeks, we've had some pretty major video gaming news thingies, so I haven't really had any time to talk about what I've been playing. Part of that is that what I've been playing has just been RuneScape. They did this Yak Track thing, which is like their battle pass thing, and I've been working hard to get all of that done. We're only a week into that, but I'm already more than halfway through it because I have a bit of FOMO about apparently it gets more difficult towards the end, so I want to make sure that I've got enough time to earn all the cosmetics, because I may be on an Iron Man account, but I can still earn the cosmetic side of things, and I really like the look of some of those cosmetics, so I want to get them all. For me, it falls more on the Fortnite side of battle passes, where it's about cosmetics and fun stuff, and not the Destiny side, where it's about getting more resources for gameplay loops, which is kind of boring and annoying. So yeah, that's how I feel about that, I guess. Besides that though, besides RuneScape, I've been playing, oh god, what have I been playing? I mean, let's be real, I've been playing my Xbox pretty damn consistently since I got it, so this is the first month where it's been kind of a quiet month on that front. I've got to write the Xbox All Access Adventure blog post, and it's going to be a lot shorter than some of the previous entries, but I have been playing games like Wreckfest. I don't know where some of the letters in those last few words went, but okay. I've been playing games like Wreckfest, which I'm really excited came to Game Pass, because I've kind of been wanting to buy it since it was called Next Car Game, or whatever the hell it was called. So it's really fun to have kind of like a destruction derby / racing game, because as you all know, I'm into my racing games these days, and I was playing, I talked about it a bit at a time, but I was playing the Modern Grid, and I kind of still am, but it's nice to have another racing game which is more about doing damage to other cars, and the handling is a lot looser and more arcadey and that kind of a thing. So that's cool. By the way, I've only just picked up on how often I end things with that kind of a thing, which is a phrase I've never heard anyone else say. That's a Christianism right there, and I'm not sure how I feel about it because it doesn't make much sense and all of that kind of a thing. I did that one on purpose. So yeah, besides Wreckfest, I haven't really been playing anything on my Xbox. But I'll tell you what I did do this week. After many weeks of pondering, because I think I mentioned it on the weekly Waypoint before about it, I decided to finally buy Super Mario 3D World, because I could get it from my place of work for £34 with my discount, and we were selling it at 40 and all of this kind of thing, so that was cool. I did it again, all this kind of a thing. I've so far beaten the first world, which isn't much, but it's a start, damn it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really, really good. It's a great Mario game, and when I played Super Mario Odyssey, I got absolutely glued to it, and I played it. I don't think I played it all through in one, like, kind of a chunk, but it was maybe two kind of a chunks. I don't want to say sitting, because I'm talking about a period of a few days where I played mostly one game and nothing else. But I definitely got really excited to play through Mario Odyssey, and this is giving me that same kind of a vibe. It's got the special sauce, if you know what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you play a game and you're just like, oh yeah, this is what you come to this franchise for. Like, some of the other entries which aren't as good, like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, you're like, yeah, I mean, this is fun, I guess. It's Mario, it's kind of what I expect from a Mario game. I'm enjoying myself. I guess I'll play through this, you know, in instance when I have time. But when I'm playing Super Mario 3D World, it's like, oh, this is really fucking fun. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is how the characters control differently, because it makes all of them besides Mario just feel weird and slightly off because of how used to Mario you have become over the years. Luigi just feels a bit floaty, and he doesn't stop when he's supposed to. I know that's been a Luigi trait for years, but I don't really enjoy it in the gameplay. Toad is way too fast. He zooms everywhere. Peach is probably the closest to Mario, I think, in that she's got like a little floaty thing she can do in her jumps, but besides that, she's pretty much just another player who I'm happy to play as. So there you go, that's my breakdown of the playable characters in that game. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. I don't know what I'm talking about. You may be able to tell, but the subject that I discussed at the start of this video has kind of made my brain go a little bit all over the place, and that kind of a thing. Besides Mario, I also bought the only Assassin's Creed games I'm yet to own in a triple bundle. Apart from Rogue. I didn't buy Rogue. I was thinking about it, but I decided to save that for a future date when I'm actually going to play that game. But the triple bundle I bought was for Black Flag, Unity and Syndicate on Xbox. I've been wanting to do this for a while when it's been going on sale, but I didn't play through Assassin's Creed 3, and the main thing stopping me here was that I own Assassin's Creed 3 remastered on PS4, but I don't want to dig out my PS4 to play it because I don't care that much about it, but I don't want to buy it again because that's just burning money, and especially at Ubisoft's benefit, which is not a great company to be feeding money to, and I was like, I'm just going to look up, because all I really care about is the end of Desmond's story, so I just looked up all of the modern day cutscenes for Assassin's Creed 3, and then I was happy enough to move forwards. And I have some opinions on that, but that's going into spoilers that I don't necessarily want to give away for people who have yet to play through that series. But let's just say I think they could have handled it better. But hey, maybe that's just because I didn't play through Assassin's Creed 3 and get the full context and the gravitas of the situation, but whatever. So yeah, I'm playing through Black Flag. Well, I say playing through, I've played about the first 2 hours of it so far. And again, it seems to be really cool. I can see why people really love this game. But I don't think it does stealth very well. Like, as far as I can tell, you can't crouch unless you're in a bush, and I had a mission to infiltrate this stronghold area, and one of the bonus things was to do it without being seen, and this is coming from someone who loved doing that in Origins and Odyssey. That was my favourite part of the game. In Black Flag, I couldn't figure out how you were supposed to do it without being caught, because the bushes were few and far between, and again, you cannot sneak unless you're in a bush, unless I'm missing a vital part of the game, which will be very embarrassing. And yeah, I just ended up having to just go into full combat mode and kill as many people as possible, and it didn't feel great. But other than that, the ship stuff is amazing. I really like the world, and I surprisingly quite like the main character. I wasn't expecting to, and I'm excited to see where the story goes from here. And it even has some interesting modern day intrigue, which I was told it did not have, but it does. It's just a lot scarcer than it used to be. So that's what I've been playing. RuneScape, the occasional Xbox Game Pass game like Wreckfest, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Oh, and Super Mario 3D World 2. So yeah, thank you for watching this video where I talked about my week and my video games and stuff like that. I'm drawing this out because I realised I started wrapping up the video just slightly too early, but I'm gonna go play some RuneScape now, so I will see you in the next.